Well, welcome back. We thought about gospel greetings a moment ago. Secondly, gospel partnership. And this has been a theme, hasn't it, all the way through Philippians. Right back in chapter 1, there was that sweaty striving together for the faith of the gospel. In chapter 2, Paul taught us to be of the same mind, to partner in mind with Jesus in our relationships with one another, and therefore to be united together as believers. Then in chapter 3, Paul told us to join together in following his example of pressing on towards heaven together. And then in chapter 4, he urged Euodia and Syntyche to be of the same mind in the Lord. Gospel partnership watermarks Philippians from start to finish. And of course, it's as we enter into gospel-shaped relationships with one another in our congregations and right across the benefice, and with other local like-minded churches, nationally and then internationally too, that we grow that gospel partnership together. What would that look like, I wonder? Well, within our own congregation, it would involve supporting one another as we seek to stand firm for living for Jesus, helping one another, encouraging us in our own Christian lives, at school, at work, at home, among our family and friends, in our streets, publicly online, if we use social media, or on emails or anything. It would involve helping one another in evangelism as we set forth the truth of Jesus, the good news of Jesus for our friends and our neighbours to hear. I'm sure we do these things. Let's do them more and more, shall we? Let's encourage one another in gospel living and gospel proclamation more and more. What would it look like across the benefice? Well, I guess it would mean beginning from a place of mutual trust and support between the churches. It's certainly there, isn't it? But I'm aware there's a bit of history between St Andrews and St Luke's, between St Luke's and St Andrews. Let's park that, shall we, and leave what's behind and move on forwards together, shoulder to shoulder, striving for the faith of the gospel across the benefice. We're on the same side, aren't we? Let's protect that unity that we have and value one another more and more as brothers and sisters in Christ, as sister congregations in the same benefice. What would it mean locally across the villages and West Hull? Well, a number of us from churches on our patch pray together each Wednesday morning for the advance of the gospel across West Hull and the villages. It's open to anyone who'd like to join in. We do it on Zoom at the moment. If you'd like to get involved, then do let me know, either by getting in touch directly or through Jane at the church office, and I'll include you in the weekly emails to tell you how to meet up on a Wednesday morning. It's 9 o'clock for half an hour, and it's wonderful to pray with people from across different churches on our patch. Do join in and gospel partner in that way if you would like to. And we give great thanks. Most of the churches in Hull, a majority of churches in Hull, and nearly all over this side of town are evangelical gospel partners alongside us. What a gift from God that is. Nationally, we're part of the Renew Network, and some of us are members of Church Society. We're partnering together across England in order to pioneer, establish and secure a network of healthy, gospel-focused Anglican churches. Do get involved in that if you'd like to gospel partner across the country. And internationally, of course, we support our mission partners, don't we? We support them in all sorts of ways, not least through hearing from them and praying for them. How are you involved in these initiatives? What can you do to press on, to be more involved in serving God, serving Jesus through gospel partnership together, either in the congregation you're part of, across the benefice, locally, nationally or internationally? It would be lovely to have more and more people involved, more and more in those things, wouldn't it? Well, with that question buzzing around in our minds, let's sing again before we come back together for our last glorious verse in Philippians. We're going to sing of God's amazing grace to prepare ourselves to hear what Paul's signing off verse was to his dear friends in Philippi. Let's sing again together.